Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to be talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, this is the newest film from Illumination, who has also brought films like Sane, The Secret Life of Pets, Despicable Me, Minions, and many more beloved animated movies. And this one is based off of the wildly successful and popular Mario franchise, which is it's like a big juggernaut in the gaming industry. It's a video game adaptation and has many spin-offs of its characters, and they tried to delve into the film industry. So let's see how well this movie has done. Now, going to watch it, I've been hearing so much talk and buzz about this movie, being from the really controversial casting of Chris Pratt as Mario, which everyone hates Chris Pratt, unfortunately. I think he's a great actor and everything, but he was one of the main talking points about why he was cast as the character. But besides that, when the market started coming out, it looked terrific. The animation looked really good. It looked like identical to like the games. It just had a great feel to what it could be. And this got everyone even more excited in terms of hearing some of the other voice work like Jack Black as the main villain Bowser. But then once the film started to roll out, we saw there was a big divide, which it turns out this is starting to become a good, like a reoccurring trend, like with the Sonic movies. Critics and audiences are divided, as you see here with the Mario movie. But as everyone knows, critics, they're at the end of the day, they're just people who have opinions, and if the masses still enjoy the movie and have a good time, it's going to succeed. As we've seen within so far of this film's release, about 2 weeks, it's already made at least $700 million, which it's made a massive amount of money. So is the movie actually that good enough to be making all this money, or are the critics onto something? Here am I, a film critic, my thoughts on it. Now, the film takes place in New York, and it follows Mario and Luigi. They're a brother duo who are trying to start their own plumbing business, and they basically go to try to clear up this bad malfunction in the city, and they get sucked into a pipe that takes them to this magical world with all these different creatures and the Mario world, basically. But they get separated, they get split up, and Mario has to save Luigi, who's basically kidnapped by Bowser, the main bad guy who wants to destroy the world. So he teams up with Princess Peach, who is the main princess of this kingdom, the Mushroom Kingdom, and they have to go get an army together to stop Bowser and save his brother. Now, this movie is, a lot of the critiques and criticisms people, from what I've seen, have of it isn't really for casuals. It isn't for people who don't know the material, because there is a ton of fan service and a ton of winks and nods at stuff that gamers and just overall lovers of the Mario brand are well familiar with. So they say that it isn't really a movie that casuals and normal people could go in to watch. Well, I'm a big gamer, so I'm kind of in that category, but I've never really played a Mario game. I'm not into that brand, and so I guess you could say I'm kind of a casual. I personally thought it was a fun little movie. Like, it wasn't something like crazy, like block, mind blown, or anything like that. It wasn't like an achievement in film. It was a fun movie to go see and just have a good laugh and just be in a good time. It was just a nice movie. It had some solid voice work, especially Jack Black. Like, every scene he's in, he kills it. He does such a terrific job, and he is easily the highlight of the film, for me at least. I also think that a lot of the voice work, like Chris Pratt, again as Mario, was really shocking, because if you didn't know it was Chris Pratt, you wouldn't recognize him. He does a really solid job, I feel, as the character. And even Charlie Day as Luigi, they both have this good brotherly, relationship. Like, they're really good brothers. They're friends. They care for each other. It was a really solid voice work between them. Also, you have Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. She's okay. She's fine. Nothing like, the voice work isn't like spectacular except for maybe Jack Black, but it isn't like degrading or bad or really takes you out of the film, like a lot of critics and all would expect you to think with how they've talked about the movie. Also, the budget's pretty low. I think it's around 100 million, which I know is a lot, but compared to some of these other movies being like 200 million, like some of Disney's past movies, like Lightyear, I know was close to 200 million and all. And this film costs around half of that, and it's doing so much better, and it actually looks really good, maybe a little bit better actually, and it just really fits the feel of the world. So the Illumination, they're like, I call them like a corporate thinking business, because they make kid movies and all, but they think of what's gonna sell, what's gonna keep them getting the most profit, and they're really smart at this, as you see with a lot of their films. A lot of their films are kind of cookie cutter trash. I feel like, in my opinion, not much creativeness there, but they're smart at budgeting it so it looks fine enough, but nothing out of this world. And the plots and all are really generic and bland, and just they're all mediocre cookie cutter movies. And that's why I was so shocked how much I really like this. Maybe it's because I am a gamer. I want to see these movies succeed, and I actually had a good time watching this movie, and it just had a lot going for it that made me enjoy it overall. But this broke the mold. I think this is one of, if not maybe their best movie they've ever done, which obviously isn't saying much because I think they're a horrible company. But I did enjoy this movie. I would like to see more. You could tell they obviously set up many stuff. Like, there's lots of hints and nods to Luigi's Mansion. So many moments where I was just like, no way they're doing this. There's 2 end credit scenes. One's like a gag, but one is like a potential setup end credit scene. They obviously go to Donkey Kong's area, and he's had a good amount of successful spin-offs. They even have his little sidekick character in there as well. So there's so much like franchise setups and just sequel beta and everything, which would come off as annoying, but it wasn't too in your face, and I was really enjoying my experience with the movie, that I didn't really care, because I felt like they did enough for what this movie needed to be. It kind of checked off all the boxes, in my opinion. It had solid performances, a standout, excellent villain. Even the villain song, which has become a meme, and it's phenomenal, that Jack Black sings, is excellent. The film looks really fun. It's a simple but easy, like a good enough plot. And it does good at setting up the world of, Mario, this entire universe. And I would like to see more. So with all that said, those are my thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie. Again, really fun time. I highly recommend watching this, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already seen this. And I would like to know your thoughts, though, down below. Please let me know. Did you like the movie? Did you hate it? Are critics being a bit too harsh? And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!